Hello, this video is for Topic 3, Building Functions, and it is for learning target 2C, which is write a function that describes a relationship given a slope in the y-intercept. So let's break down what we're being asked to do. The first thing we're being asked to do is write a function. Well, another word for function is equation. So we're going to be writing an equation that describes a relationship. And this relationship is going to be a relationship between x and y. But it says that we're going to write this equation given a slope and the y-intercept. So two pieces of information are always going to be given to us. We're going to be given the slope and we're going to be given the y-intercept to make this equation. So the first thing we have to understand is, well, what should this equation look like? We're going to make something that are called explicit form equations. And what an example of an explicit form equation would be y equals 10x minus 2. Explicit is when the y variable is always by itself. Now, the two numbers that are in explicit form, for instance here it's the 10 and the negative 2, these two numbers always represent a special vocabulary word. The number that is with your letter x, the number that's in front of the x, that is always your slope. No matter what, if it's connected to the x, it is your slope. The number that is not connected to your x, that is your y-intercept. Always. With the x, it's your slope. By itself, it's the y-intercept. So let's try one of these problems. It says, write an equation that has a slope of 4 and a y-intercept of 3. Well, we know what our equations are supposed to look like. So we just have to make an equation that looks like that with this new information. So it's always going to start with y equals. After my y equals, I need the slope. Well, it says my slope is 4. So I'm putting a 4, and then the x. Remember, our slope is always connected to our letter x. And then it says our y-intercept of 3. So at the end, I'm going to put plus 3. And again, the 4 was our slope, and slope's always connected to our x. The number that's by itself is always our y-intercept. Let's try one more. Write an equation that has a y-intercept of 7 and a slope of 1/4. So we got a y-intercept of 7 and a slope of 1/4. So again, my equation must start with the y equals. Then I need to put my slope with my variable of x. So I'm going to put 1/4 x. And then it says my y-intercept of 7, so I'm putting plus 7. Now, it wouldn't be a terribly horrible thing if we put y equals 7 plus 1/4 x, because that's the order that the information is given to us. However, the important thing is to make sure that our slope always goes with our letter x, no matter whether that's at the beginning of the problem or at the end of the problem. Our slope better always be next to our letter x. And our y-intercept better always be the number that's by itself. One last problem here. Write an equation that has a y-intercept of 10 and a slope of 6. So I got y equals, well, I need my slope of 6, so I got 6x. Y-intercept of 10, so I'm putting plus 10. And again, it is okay if you wanted to go in order of the words to put y equals and put this 10 first. Just remember, since it's the y-intercept, I'm going to leave the 10 all by itself. And then a slope of 6, so I'm going to put plus 6x. And that word slope always goes next to the x.